rise of the U.S. has to come from within. Right? The enemies have to be inside, not really outside. No external enemy can cause so much damage as internal. It's an internal operation. And you're watching internal operations here. You can see them in cities that were pristinely beautiful 30 years ago are wastelands right now. You would see people. I mean, I'm from El Salvador, third world country in Central America, and myself, I can see cities here and say, I want to live here. So that would be unthinkable 3 decades ago. Totally unthinkable. That a Salvadoran wouldn't want to live in a U.S. city, in a U.S. main city. I mean, Los Angeles, San
New York,
Francisco,
Chicago, yeah.
Well, Philadelphia, Baltimore. When you look how the cities are eroding so fast, this has to be by design. I mean, who would make so many stupid decisions? Like, okay, we're gonna give you money for drugs. But really, they're doing that. In some cities, they're giving people drugs. I mean, they're literally giving people drugs in some U.S. cities.
But not just anyone. I can't talk about that just to anyone. But what we need to do then, because I hear your concerns with the care of your sister, which number one are more important to me, is to make sure that we get you the answers for the care of your sister, is to find out.
Can I, with all due respect, can I come meet with you? I have some video and some audio that's been recorded of our conversations. She told me that when she told Star Branch, she wanted to leave. And this was like about maybe 12 days into whatever you guys are doing there to her. She started getting very mean, very hateful, and then your big orderlies came and tackled her and against her will gave her a shot of some very long-acting 30-day antipsychotic in her ass. That putting a long half-life drug in someone is absolutely creating an addict.
Well, I'm unaware of any drug that we would have given our patients that. I do have the knowledge.
Wait, but how are you unaware? With all due respect, sir, you're the CEO, okay? And I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I just want my sister out of there. How do you not know what drugs are being administered to your patients?
Mr. Robert,
yes.
If you don't let me explain or speak, sir, I won't be able to get you the answers that you need. I'm trying to get to the point where when you make a statement like we are putting a long-acting injectable into one of our patients' bodies, that is illegal. Well, I don't know what happened. I would have to consult the chart. I will have to bring in Dr. Starbranch. I would have to look at see what's going on. But I will say, none of our folks will, on the fly, grab a patient and give them a 30-day long-acting injectable. There must have been a reason that Dr. Starbranch chose to place your sister on that kind of medication by a physician.
There's absolutely no reason. Let me explain something. When you have someone involuntarily, you basically have them on very shaky ground. You took them against their will. And then you start keeping them. When they want to leave, you're supposed to stabilize them. If they're like depressed or like violent or whatever, when they're calm, it's time to go. And you hit 48 hours. If you don't have that court-ordered document, you guys are operating in the wrong, sir. You can speak to me however you want. I want my sister released today, not on Sunday, today. She wants to go. She's high as a kite at your place. I understand the scam that's going on. $800 per day, billed to this Harris County. You don't want to tell me. I assure you, sir, if she's not released today, this will be the biggest nightmare you ever experienced. An 81-year-old doctor who can't get business anywhere else. You partnered with her. You partnered with Star Branch. She couldn't get business anywhere else. She's got horrible reviews, and you guys are milking the system. You are milking the system. Yes?
All right, I think our conversation is done.
You're from Mexico. You flew up here. You've been targeting us since you were a kid. You're milking the system. I have a real problem with someone from Mexico coming up here and kidnapping Americans. You understand? If you don't release her today, you'll have the biggest nightmare on your ass, Mr. Flores.
So how does that, I don't understand why you are attacking me personally.
Because I have a real problem, because when there's people that come up from another country, it's very possible. Mexico, you got your medical training in Mexico, right? In the 90s. In the 90s, it wasn't good medicine then. I'm from here. So you came up in 2013, you went to U of H, Victoria, you're like staring at people because you knew our system was broken, you knew it was bloated, you knew that $800 to Harris County to keep people kidnapped? I know you're a scam, bro.
Okay, well, I would love to help.
And the long-acting medicine that you probably billed Harris County for, that's what, a couple $1,000s a shot? You guys are running a scam there. It's pretty obvious. And you're the chief executive officer. So when you say you don't know anything in that little place, you know everything. You set it up.
Right.
But don't you have a problem with that? Like, honestly, like of all the things someone can immigrate to a country for, like to actually help people, you're not helping people. You're trapping them and drugging them. Do you understand?
Okay. Well,
and you're using loopholes within the government to do it.
Right,
yes or no?
Right.
Explain yourself. What are you doing differently?
Well, I'm not going to after you've now verbally attacked me and my level of education. So I am going to go ahead and hang up, and I will talk to Dr. Starbranch, and I will let her know that we had this conversation.
Let me just say one more thing, Mr. Flores. You came, you saw, you linked up with an 81-year-old woman who has the most horrific reviews. And he hung up on me. See, you don't want to call people out for the truth. GoPro, stop recording.
Maximizing existing accounts. Create loyal relations. Code for creating addicts. End user clientele would be your addicts to physicians. Satisfying needs. The drug dealers just figured out a way to try and mask what they do by trying going somewhat legal. Where are they getting these medicines from? What are they putting in these people? Like, where do we ask, like, where the actual medicines are coming from? Like, what pharmacy? You know, how clean are these medicines? Are they really like what they say they are? None of this is transparent at all, and it must absolutely be. Let's see where else he worked. Houston Behavioral Health Care Hospital. Anyone know about any of these places? Reach out. Hospital productivity goals. Fuck. What is the year-over-year census? Enhanced patient referral. So this is where, like, okay, so this is interesting. So the way this guy's hustle work is like he's getting a pipeline from like City of Houston police, which kind of sucks. Like they have a parking spot for police there, and this is the scary part. This is how my sister got caught up, was through the police. So this is like really worrisome. Patient referral. Like he was thinking about how to get like patients referred to him, like who's a pipeline, and police pick up like vulnerable populations and then deliver them to him. All right. Business development manager. This is really weird. But worse is this. So up until the year 2000, well, this is weird. He went to Waltrip High School, but then went to University in Monterey, then came back to Houston. That doesn't make sense. I think some people have like fucked up papers. I'm not saying that, like, honestly, this guy is like, I don't know, you know? Okay, so his medical degree, and don't get me wrong, like, it's very possible that, you know, healthcare in Mexico is like okay, but there's just something that feels wrong about this situation. Like someone comes here, because I know for a fact that like around this time between 1990 and 2000, medical procedures in Mexico were dirt cheap. When I say dirt cheap, like doctors didn't make a couple $100s a month, maybe back then. Even now it's still more affordable, you know, but it's closed the gap. But back then was ridiculous, and it was unsafe in some instances. And people from there know that. They remember that. So when he got his degree there, I mean, yeah, maybe, I don't know. And it was a while ago, 23 years ago. Psh, this guy got a medical degree in Mexico 23 years ago. And he's responsible for affecting the chemical like composition of people's minds in Houston and using taxpayer money to do it. with his 81-year-old accomplice. Oh, thank you, University of Houston, Victoria, for giving us this person. Now I'm dealing with it. And that's just one of very many people. And this is why I'm saying it's not like any group in particular, but there was a lot of new people that showed up recently. And a lot of them, you know, gunning for money by any means necessary. And I would not care if this guy would have done a normal job, followed the law, like whatever. But he just kind of like stole my sister for 2 weeks. Oh, that wasn't good, man. That wasn't good. I'm sorry, brother. Sorry. Yeah, no. Yeah, this maximizing existing accounts, just that mentality going into healthcare is very dangerous, and maybe should even be outlawed. You know, I don't see the advantage, especially in this guy's role where it's so easy. You just keep drugging new people, and like I said, vulnerable populations. Like the police, like mostly fuck with, like, you know, people they can, and this is sad. I'm sorry to see the situation in Houston like this. It's really, really disappointing. This is kind of like a dystopian future in a way.